Hello, and welcome to the Jet Grind Radio Let's Play. I'm McKilligan, and I'm going to be taking you through one of my favorite games from years past. Jet Grind Radio came out in summer of 2000, but I didn't even get to play it until a couple years later. I only had an N64 for most of my high school life, and I only managed to get a Dreamcast once they stopped making the damn things and the prices dropped. I wanted to make an LP of this game for a long time, but after some frustrating experiences with the Dreamcast emulator on the PC, which I never resolved, I gave up for a while, until they released the new PC port of the game. I know I'm definitely not the first person to do a Let's Play of this game, probably won't be the last either, but anyway, I wanted to get it done because as one of my favorite games, I really wanted to show off what made this game stand out for me and why I enjoyed it so much. So, to that extent, I'm going to be showing off a couple of the features that most of the other LPs and videos about the game kind of neglect. But before I can get into any of that fun stuff, we gotta get our way through the tutorials first. So, let me just plow through these, and then we can get to the more entertaining bits.
Let's get scratching.
Somewhere in Asia, there's a city that cannot be found on any map called Tokyoto, but everyone just calls it Tokyo. The two hottest things in the streets of Tokyoto are the punks wearing magnetically driven inline skates powered by newly developed Netrium batteries and Jet Set Radio, a pirate radio station manned by the DJ Professor K that plays nothing but non-stop hardcore music. Those street punks have been named Rudies by the people of Tokyoto. They roam the streets and cover the city with their personal graffiti, claiming that it is their way of expressing themselves to the world. However, ever since the metropolitan government and the financial conglomerate, the Rokkaku Group, combined their efforts to co-found the 21st Century Project, the streets of Tokyoto have never been the same again. Police crackdowns on the Rudies have become more severe, and Captain Onishima is more anxious than ever to put them behind bars. The streets of Tokyoto are ready to explode.
Alright, now the tutorial levels explain the absolute basics of the game. If you've never seen it before, I'll try and cover them in brief.
Hey, you!
This is Gum. She'll be the first person we can recruit. You can't do anything else in the game until you pass 6 of these little challenges. 3 from her and 3 from the second guy, Tab. This first challenge is literally turn a corner. Dash if you want to, you don't have to, and when you get to this car at the end, do a little hop on top of it. Pretty challenging stuff. And I, of course, kind of fuck it up. Bump into a tree, hop onto a rail. It doesn't penalize you if you do a little bit of extra stuff, so I showboat a little bit just because it's really boring otherwise. And honestly, Beat's little dance here at the end is probably more difficult to do than what Gum asked him.
Hey, you!
The next thing she's going to demonstrate is grinding. Grinding uses a really different set of physics than pretty much everything else in the game. Once you're grinding, you're pretty much safe from everything. You'll have a relatively constant speed unless you're on an incline. It's probably the most important thing to learn how to do accurately in the game, but once you do it, it's not hard. It's kind of magnetic, so once you get close to a rail, your guy will latch onto it. But it's really finicky sometimes. There's a couple of jumps or landings in the game that are just really hard to pull off. But yeah, you'll see a ton of those later on. Now she's going to demonstrate tagging. Now, the annoying thing about tagging is it uses the left trigger button. So normally it's not a big deal. When you tag, the camera jumps anyway. You can see it does that little third-person view of the other third-person view of the character spraying it down, though not always. It can be kind of jarring if you're trying to tag something that's high up on a wall in mid-jump and pressing L makes your guy makes the camera swing forward at an awkward angle. It won't actually affect whether or not you pull a tag, but it can be annoying.
Nice.
And again, I was attempting to jump from one grind all the way to the next one, which is possible, but I screwed up, so whatever. Grab these last 2 things, and Gum's challenges are complete. I could watch him do that all day.
Hey, you!
And now we're on to Tab. I like his background music a lot more than Gums. That, I don't know what the name of that song is, but it grinds on me after a little bit. But notice for this challenge you're getting blue cans. The yellow cans that you pick up are worth 1 each, and each graffiti stroke costs 1. This one you're doing here costs 3. It's possible to fuck this up by missing every single stroke. Every time you do an incorrect stroke, you lose 1 can. So it gives you 30, even though Tab here can only hold 20. All you do is follow the arrows with the left analog stick. First time I tried it, couldn't figure out what the fuck I was supposed to do. I've heard that actually quite a few people have that problem. Tab's second challenge here is a lot more time consuming, not nearly as interesting to watch, so if you want to fast forward a little bit, I would not blame you. All he has to do is find a car, latch onto the back of it. You don't have to press any buttons, you just have to be in the right place. It's kind of a neat mechanic, I suppose. I guess anything that lets you interact with other objects in the world is nice. It's only really useful in this area and one other time in the game. You can do it almost any time you want, but honestly, just grinding on a rail will get you where you want to go faster, even uphill. Like I said, grinding does not use the same laws of physics as other games, or even the same laws of physics as anything else in the game. Grinding, jumping, traffic, pedestrians, they all operate in different realms. Alright, let's see if I can do this on the first try. Surprise. But quickly redeemed. And yeah, I think it's actually possible to fail this challenge if you just try and run up the hill. If you just try and skid up, you won't make it all the way up and all the way down in time. You'll notice you've only got about 90 seconds to start with. So if you don't grasp exactly what they want you to do, you're not really going to make it. See, if I could have nailed that landing on the rail, would have been nice. Like I said, sticking to rails is kind of magnetic, but it just doesn't always work out in your favor. You have to be real precise with the jumps, and controlling midair is kind of awkward. And now we're on to Tab's last challenge. Again, first time I tried this, pain in the ass. Could not figure out how to get it just right. And it's the simplest trick in the book. The trick is essentially once you jump onto the rail, completely let go of the analog stick. Your character will continue his momentum forward while jumping. Don't have to guide him at all, so just press A. A again. And one last time. A. And those tricks are done automatically. So if you don't nail them, it really doesn't matter, as long as you land where you have to. And with that done, Tab will offer us one last piece of advice. Kind of important. It's never really explained beyond this, but you figure out eventually.